everyone. Welcome to Tuesday edition of Take 5, where we're just picking up where we did yesterday. I don't know if you looked at yesterday's. The subject was judging. Don't judge others, and what it means and what it doesn't mean. I'm going to start with a quote with John Wesley. Maybe you know him, the father of Methodism, several centuries ago, said some really smart things about a number of things. Listen to what he says regarding the subject of judging others. He says, the judging that Jesus condemns here, he's referring to what we were looking at in Matthew 7, judge not that you be not judged. The judging that Jesus condemns here is thinking about another person in a way that is contrary to love. I couldn't have said it better. I should have said it yesterday. Jesus isn't saying put your head in the sand or just say boys will be boys when it comes to behavior, or just say it's not me to judge. In the right relationships, at times it is right for us to judge. However, to assume that posture of judgment in taking the place of God and in being that judge that is censoring, that's not loving. The judging that Jesus condemns here is thinking about another person in a way that is contrary to love. When I love somebody, I care about their needs. When I love somebody, I care about their eternity. When I love somebody, I care about how they will hear it. When I love somebody, I care about their relationships. And so, starting with myself and the way I judge myself, but then with others, those things are going to matter. Judge not that you may not be judged. Let me give you 4 ideas that go with this. In talking about judgment, is it connected to love? Regardless, yourself, a family member, society, we can't be oblivious to God's standard and oftentimes the standards we see in society. We can't just say, oh well, but we have to be careful how we say it. Is it according to love? Number 1. Secondly, at times it is not our place to be the judge. We should know what God says, and yet to be able to draw the line between understanding what God says about morality and lifestyle and yet not being the judge. Is it with love? It may not be our place. Thirdly, be careful because it may boomerang. Here's what he says in verse 2. For with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. You see it time and again. People in government or in Congress or pastors that make these great statements that condemn some sort of behavior, and 6 months later it comes out they've done something wrong, and man, does it get heaped on them. Why? Because they're being a hypocrite. They're the same standard of censoring that they used for their proclamation comes right back on them. So be careful. This is all about being careful. Is it about love? Is it our place? Be careful, it might be boomerang. And then fourthly, be careful about hypocrisy. Let me just read to you. Jesus is almost humorous here when he says, why do you see the speck, this little speck of wood, the splinter that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? He's looking at us and he's saying, you're going around judging everybody and for little splinters and the morality here and the things that are there, little splinters of wood, and you don't even notice the log that's in your own eye. Take care of your own house first, buddy, is really what he's saying. And I want to notice one other thing, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow. I find it really interesting that Jesus says, you always notice the splinter in other people's eyes, and you're always telling them about it, but you don't even notice the log in your own eye. And the interesting thing is, they're made out of the same material. Could it be that the sins of other people, the immoralities of other people, are really a reflection of the morality or the sins that I wrestle with the most? Self-control. We could list all kinds of them. Let's just stop it there. The sins that bother you and I about other people the most, could they in fact be of the material that we wrestle with the most, the splinter versus the log. Okay, we'll stop there for now. Be careful of your judging. Is it loving? Is it even our place based on the relationship? It may boomerang, and we may look really hypocritical if we're telling people about the speck of wood and we've got the log. Tomorrow we'll finish this up. Thanksgiving coming will be really positive, I promise. See you on Wednesday.